there have been reports around the office that you have been talking baby talk.
Why would people say that?
Well, I have it on good authority that you said following. You read that back to me?
Andy have a boo-boo tummy.
Mm-hmm.
He calls turtles shell beavers.
Well, that's what they should be called.
They're green. Beavers are brown.
Definitely, we've had this argument and we've agreed to now talk about it in front of us.
But you
It's the Al Travis Show. Love having her on. She is none other than Shannon Watson with Majority in the Middle, majoritymiddle.com or .org. Shannon, how are you today?
I'm doing very well. How are you, Al?
I'm good. A very interesting day yesterday.
Yeah.
We just trying to get back to the show to be the show, right? I mean, we've got kind of a pattern going on. And Senator John Hoffman has been doing whatever, the fourth bit on this show on Monday.
Yes.
4 years, 5 years. I don't
Forever.
know. He's my buddy and I like the guy and I was horrified when he got shot, yada, yada. So for the last, whatever it's been, 6-8 weeks, John, you want to come back? Spot's yours. I'm not filling it.
Right.
Senator Gustafson's been fantastic about filling in a lot of the spots. Okay.
Yeah.
He's going, he came back yesterday. And so good to hear him. I mean, I had so much fun with him. And then it got weird. I mean, he was on. That was what we can talk about that. But then Blois Olson's afternoon take, or whatever it's called, the lunch take, makes a blurb that his first interview. And I'm like, I guess it's something, but I was there. And might have been the worst interview ever. We didn't talk anything about the shooting. He didn't care to do that. He actually said on the phone for me, he goes, a lot of lawyers buzzing around, a lot of stuff we don't. And I said, I don't care. I just want to talk to you, John. What do I give a crap? So we didn't talk much about that. I don't know that there was a solid thinking man's thought thrown out in that entire half hour. And that gets him, he hits it. 3 television stations that I know because people took pictures of it on their phone and sent it to me, covered it. Yeah. How little news was going on yesterday that John Hoffman on the Al Travis Show, not talking about anything particular, was a news item.
I think that just goes to show that, we're all really thankful. Like you were on the show yesterday, we're just thankful to hear the guy's voice. And he is thankful to be alive. And there's going to be some good to come of this. And, the fact that he's still around, what are we supposed to call him now? Fitty Senator?
Oh, no, and that's not going anywhere. Because we get 50 Senator. Yeah, they got to go, what are you talking about? Was 50 Cent's the last guy who got shot 9 times and survived. It's a good joke. Right. But I couldn't remember what it was yesterday, and somebody came in and told me. It's 2 bits is a quarter. Okay, 2 bits. Yes. 2 bits is a quarter. I'm calling him 4 bits Hoffman. 4 bits Hoffman. Somebody says, why call him 4 bits? That's 50 Cents, the last guy who got shot. See, it's a second level. Go. I'm calling him 4 bits Hoffman. I'm actually having the guy who does all the little intros. I'm paying to have him make one for Hoffman when he comes back on. It's 4 bits Hoffman on the thing. You know what's funny? To be completely honest, I'm going to say what everybody was thinking. He's coming on the show, and we had not verbally spoken. It was all via text that he was coming on. I was scared to death it wouldn't be John. It would be John, but John with a half a beat missing or something. Oh, how's this going to? Could he hang for 18 minutes and do? Right. I was petrified, and after he makes the first joke about the 50 cents, and I'm like, Johnny's back. Here's Johnny. It took so much relief off of me. I don't know what listening to it if it was the same way. If people listen to see if he was, the same John or if he lost a step. He's the same John.
He's absolutely the same. I remember thinking when he was talking about Spaceballs and that being the best movie. And you were like, oh, yeah, do you remember that? And then he went through all the other questions that you had asked him. So, I mean, if anybody was trying to test his memory, that may have been a good one.
Yeah, no, so that was a relief. And then he say there's nothing going on. So a lot of TV stations covered, whatever. I'm just glad he's back. I don't know that it's a weekly yet, that he'll be back every Monday. I'm still working with him on that. I'm not going to push him. Guy can be on the show anytime he wants. I just love the cat. So that was a good news story. Yes. So I'm doing well.
You can bump me any day.
Well, yeah, but I got him in trouble with Gustafson. We're going back and forth, and I'm like, I think he's going to make it. You're going to get bumped. And she was going to actually see him And that's how I knew it was
Right.
going to begin. When he calls, he goes, yeah, I'm bumping Gustafson. She came in here and she said, you're going to bump me? And I said, yes, I am. Like, there you go.
Yes.
We'll make more than enough room for him. But
Absolutely.
that to me is a great news story. On the other side, the show's very disappointed. We have been believing that the Senator Mitchell thing, and because I always want the underdog to win, it's just a problem of mine. She said I would come out, and when you hear my side, you're going to understand, and this you'll understand what happened.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
in my heart of hearts, I wanted that. And I say that because, not that it's easier to rip her now because, oh, you know what she did, make fun.
Right.
I wanted this for her children.
Yeah.
And her family. This family obviously got issues, but they don't need this added compounding of it. But the second the two attorneys got up and gave their opening statements and they went with it was a welfare check deal, it was all downhill from there. This is a sad, sad story.
Mm-hmm.
How wrong am I? Did you not hope that
you're
she
not
was there
wrong.
something? Okay.
And I think people make mistakes. People make bad decisions.
Yeah.
Grief is a scary thing in that it doesn't always cause us to act rationally. And I think the thing that, and I don't know how much of this was, like defense strategy and how much of this was her genuine belief that what she did wasn't super terrible. I don't know, but
See,
obviously you did something wrong, and elected officials, in my opinion, should be held to a higher standard.
A higher standard. God love you for just even that statement you said, because no, we all grieve differently. Great statement. Absolutely.
Yes.
My dad just passed. And maybe me and my whole family and everybody in the family didn't all do it the same way. And somebody might have taken that plant that they felt more like, there are ways of doing this poorly. Getting dressed up and driving 3.5 hours and breaking into a window is not even, if there's even a curve, it's way over there on that curve. So you're giving her a whole lot for the grief. Plus, he had died over a year ago. And again, how long you grieve, I get it.
Yeah.
But that's over the top. But now it just causes even more problems. She then comes out and says, but through her lawyers, oh, I'll retire. I said I would. I'm going to follow my word, but I need a couple of weeks.
Right.
I'm sorry, and I don't know this. If you are convicted of a burglary, 2 felony counts in a very publicized trial,
yes,
do you get the terms of what your boss fires you? Other things that who else? Do you even leave the jail? I mean, don't you? I don't know how this always works. I've never done this.
This is where being an elected official is different than a normal job, because the only people who can remove an elected official from their role are the voters. I mean, there is that expulsion thing for the Senate, that it takes 2/3, and I have no doubt in my mind that if they were in session now, it's Tuesday. That vote may have already occurred, but they are not in session. So I do think she has some leeway.
But should she? Okay.
Yeah.
They're not. I said this in the show yesterday. If you drug it through 15 months of this, knowing what you did, and maybe she completely again believes she could get off. I get it.
Yeah.
You didn't. I thought she was going to say, why not? She can get all the way to February, right? They don't come back to session until February. They would have to do a special session to get together to then fire her. Play the role. See if they're going to do it. Give it a shot. That's what I thought she was going to do. 2 weeks, and then she got a bunch of excuses. I need time to get the staff ready. I got to finish a couple of things up at my office. And by the way, I need health insurance and another check. All bogus in this show's mind. But I mean, not that you wouldn't like another check, don't get me wrong, but you've had 15 months to plan this. All of a sudden, you're like, I don't have insurance for my kid. What were you had 2 options. You win or you lose. You didn't play both sides of the coin and figure something out. Plan B.
Yeah. Well, I will say, I mean, as somebody who buys her own health insurance on the MNsure thing, like, that paperwork takes a minute and it's confusing. I don't have any kids. I'm just me. So
no doubt. And this is a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force National Guard or something, right? Retired. Okay.
Yes.
My point being is you don't get to that spot if your job isn't, here's our number 1 goal, But if this goes
Yeah.
south, here's B. This what you do for a living. Don't play me like, well, now I got to get insurance. Now, I don't believe it. And I hate to be sour on her because, like I say, I'm honestly wanted her to be able to say, rabbit out of the hat. This is what I did. Oh, that
Yep.
makes sense. But
Right.
it did. There's nothing to it. So I'm having a hard time.
No. And I mean, if she genuinely thought she was in the right, she may not have done a lot of contingency planning. And that's
Boy, but that goes
okay.
back to just almost delusional then. Because there was very little in her argument. I don't know. You look online. How do I look after an Alzheimer's patient? You don't crawl in their basement window and sneak up on them.
Right.
That is not even in the book. It doesn't even say that's option. So
Yeah.
she could be.
Yeah.
It's just such a far cry, and none of the stuff they said works in any way. How come you had a sock over your flashlight? Well, that's the way we keep it. What?
And that may be fine in its own thing, but when you put all of those pieces together, yeah, my question from the very start has been, having been in elected office for a couple of years, does the thought during the 3.5-hour drive in the middle of the night, like, what are optics going to look like if this goes bad? Didn't that occur to you?
I do this with my church group all the time. We discuss how many mistakes do you make to be caught driving 100 miles an hour in a 70-mile-an-hour zone. You have 30 options to pull back. You have 30 times. I'll bet you there are 30 off ramps from her place to that place where she could have said, yeah, right now I'm going to give myself a little time to rethink this plan. She didn't. She never took the off ramp. We got to go to break because now I want to ask you on the other side, because you're my historian. 2025.
Yeah.
We're going to have 6. We could have 8, I think, special elections.
Special elections.
Has this ever happened like this before in your knowledge? Shannon Watson, Majority in the Middle after this.
Braver Angels Minnesota is part of a national movement that brings together conservatives, liberals, independents, and others to restore trust, respect, and goodwill in politics. We seek not to eliminate our differences, but rather deal with them head on, with respect and understanding. We do not try to change people's views, but how they view the other side. There will always be differences. Braver Angels Minnesota believes the best way forward is to change how we deal with those differences. Join the civil conversation at mn.braverangels.org.
Do you have a closet full of old videos, photos, slides, or films? Regain that space and preserve those memories for future generations. Visit archivinglifemedia.com or call 952-829-8018. See how safe and simple it is to digitize all your media. Gain peace of mind knowing that all those important memories will be saved and can be seen and shared again. Do it today. Check out archivinglifemedia.com or give them a call, 952-829-8018.
Well, God bless the Minnesota Legislative Reference Library.
Oh, I have the list.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Don't ask the question you know the answer to, but this is great. 10 seconds.
Okay.
A as in alligator. L also in alligator. But it's not alligator. It's the Al Travis show.
And we've got our Shannon Watson with the majority in the middle. Shannon, when I thought about it, because you're going to have the Hortman seat, the Mitchell seat, now Senator Anderson, by the way, passed too. What a great guy. We've had him on the show. I really enjoyed him quite a little bit. Tragedy, prayers to his family and friends.
Yep.
So that's 3. And I'm like, oh my God, 3 between now and then. And then you start thinking back. We've had 3 already. We're at 6 and there could be more, right? Who was the, there was the guy who won the seat but didn't live in the seat thing. That was the one right away.
Yep.
And
in the house, and then there was
the Eichhorn seat. The Eichhorn got picked up. They got him, and then that was the one I want to ask you about. There's so many, and it's happened so quickly. You almost forget that Dietzig died this year, and she passed of cancer. This is unbelievable, and that's not over.
Right?
If Fatah. Senator Omar, he wins the mayor's seat. You got to fill that one, and then that Representative Amanda Yeager,
Hemmingson Yeager.
Yeah, she wins. There's another one.
Right.
When's the last time we had 8 seats, all special election?
Well, according to the wonderfulness that is the Minnesota Legislative Reference Library, which is an amazing.
Everyone should have a copy on their shelf.
Minnesota like these people know everything.
Yeah.
I have only been able to stump them with a couple of questions ever.
Okay.
But they keep track going all the way back. And no, we haven't had 6 and we haven't had 8. And so, yeah.
So then,
like you said, the ones we know of.
And in a situation where it's 67-67 in the House, 34-33 in the Senate, and you throw now 3 more at least, possibly 5 more seats. Any surprise the governor comes out and says, yeah, we're not going to do a special session. I think we'll just wait. You can't. You'll never know what the numbers are when you plan it, could you? I mean, upsets happen.
Well, and that's the challenge. I mean, that, a lot of people were talking about with the 67-67 tie was in those power sharing negotiations was making sure that they had a plan that was going to exist for 2 years, because you never knew what was going to happen, and anything could happen. And then, of course, unthinkable happened. But it just sort of leaned into that idea that, okay, we need a stable structure for the next couple of years.
And are we going to have that? I mean, do any of the seats we're talking about, and I mean this wholeheartedly, people love Nicole Mitchell. If I'm under the impression that seat was necessarily, it wasn't a gimme one way or the other until she got it, and people loved her. So now that's become a blue seat.
Wait, are you talking about Nicole Mitchell, or are you talking about Melissa
Hortman?
Okay.
Hortman. I'm sorry, Hortman. Yes, thank you for the clarification.
You're
Hortman's seat. She won this thing. People love her. Is it now a safely blue seat, or is that something they go after? And where's the Mitchell seat? That's Woodbury.
Yeah.
They've had the last 2 have been blue, but is that blue for blue's sake, or is there a chance for the others?
Well, special elections are always weird. And they always have, different dynamics, and sometimes seats that might otherwise be safe when they're having to share sort of attention with other races. I think the Portman seat was absolutely safe because of her. And remember, it took her 3 tries to get into that seat.
That's what.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily think that it is safe. I don't think it's safe forever. I do think right now, I mean, there has been a Republican who has raised their hand and said they're going to run. I think for the special, I don't know how that doesn't get ugly. They're going to have to really thread the needle on that. For the Woodbury seat, I don't know. It depends on who runs for that seat, I think.
All right, and that's a fair enough announcement.
I don't think Nicole Mitchell did the DFL in Woodbury any favors by hanging on as long as she did.
two different reasons why, right? When you vote
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
Hortman
Yes.
because of the reason, or
Yes.
obviously there's some sentimental stuff there. But I appreciate your analysis. I really do. It's going to be an interesting couple of months. This is going to be crazy. I mean, this is not going to get easier. I don't know if they can coordinate all these different special elections, or they happen at one time, or the Secretary of State just, hey, next Tuesday, and hey, next Tuesday, and 2 Tuesdays from. It's going to be crazy. Shannon, love having you on. How's somebody get a hold of your organization?
Go to majoritymiddle.org or .com. Either one works. Sign up for our newsletter. We are doing some special stuff the next few weeks. What we can do weeks in opposition to political violence and bringing people together. So sign up for that as well.
All right, majoritymiddle.com.